Hi guys, hope you're all okay. I'm Minas and this is another episode with Can You Dig It? Ladies and gentlemen, today's going to be a good one. Got myself a new toy. Just going to get myself set up and let's take a look. Right, okay guys. Got myself a new router. I've got here a Macallister MSR1200 watt board router. I'm going to unbox it, I'm going to do a little review, I'm going to get it out, I'm going to use it. And guys, I've never used one in my life. I know what it's capable of, and apparently this one is capable of some pretty neat stuff. So let's see what we got in the box. So the reason I've got this is I want to try and experiment. Oh yeah, I've got a box of bits as well. Hopefully they're the right size. 6.3mm shank, I think that's 1/4 inch. Hopefully this fits. If not, well, we'll find out. So yeah, I want to try and get a bit more creative. Well, that looks a bit solid. Wow, that's heavy. Yeah, that looks good. So this is a plunge router. Should I just try it? Let's have a look. Oh, nice. So I don't know, rather than just doing it along the edge, I can start in the middle of a board. So that's what's in there. What else have we got in here? Instructions, definitely going to need those. I've got one of these. You can just call it one of them. I've got 2 of these. Again, I have no idea what they're for. Some bits in here. Okay, spanner. I know what that is. Don't know what that is. There are a couple of little bits and bobs in there. Yes, I think I know what this is. That's for dust extraction. As you're working away, it creates all the dust. You can put a hoover in there, shop vac, something like that. So yeah, that will come in handy. That I know what it is. If we just have a quick look at these, we've got a 15-piece router bit set, and oh, nice. Actually, I'll bring that a bit closer so you can have a look, see what kind of things it can do. I don't know if you can see the pictures, will it focus? So various bits, straight bits, and I've got a bit to do, dovetail bit, rounding over corners and things like that. Guys, this is going to take a while. Like I said, I've never used one before. I need to figure out what all these bits do. I need to make sure it's safe, set it up correctly. So I'm going to crack on with that, and I'll be back with you in a bit. Cool. Actually, just before we get into setting it up and stuff, let's just have a look of what these various bits and bobs are. So, got 2 collets. Collets, I believe, are what these go into. I've got 2 sizes, so that would be a 1/4 inch, maybe 3/4 inch. Okay. I've got a centre pin, parallel guide. So that's that. Okay. We've got a guide bush, dust extraction tube, a depth guide. Depth guide, it's showing as this here. What else have we got? We've got micro depth adjustment feature. Allows precise depth adjustment for increased accuracy. Awesome. A spindle lock allows fast and easy bit replacement. Nice. Parallel guide assists cutting in straight lines and improves accuracy. And the last one, it's got 8 preset depth slots. Quick and easy change of routing depth. Okay, so I have a vague idea of what most of that stuff does. But again, guys, like I said, I've never used one before. I am going to read the instructions carefully, make sure it's safe to use. Back with you shortly. Okay guys, this is where I'm at so far. This is taking a while, so I'll have a little. This is much needed. I've got to a bit where I didn't know it's on about routing against the direction of the grain of the wood and doing it anti-clockwise, clockwise. So I'll have to do that a little bit more in a bit. It was a little bit of a panic moment. I only had 1 collet available to get it out, and the bit I've got, I don't know if you can see there, didn't quite fit in there, but guys, this was already in there, so I had to take this out. That's the bigger one of the 2, put that one in. So I've managed to get a 3mm straight edge bit in there. What else have I done? I'll attach the parallel guide, so I just need to, well, I guess figure out, might be something like that, run it along the edge. So that's where I'm at. Whilst I'm here, might as well have a quick little look at some of the features. So it's got a twin button here, so I imagine you press that one and you lock it in with that, and off you go. As soon as you let go of that, it stops. You've got a lock here for the plunge, so if you put that down, it won't go down. Then if you move that up, it gives you the plunge effect. And it's got a dial on there, so I imagine that's a speed setting, goes up to 7. So yeah, coming along nicely, taking a bit longer than I wanted, but hey, I've never used one. Cool, let's crack on. Okay guys, so I'm all set up, get the glasses on, I'm ready to fire it up for the first time. I've got it all set up, I follow the instructions, I've checked them 2-3 times over, everything's nice and sturdy. I've put the dust extraction on, I've got the guide rail that's secured in, it's plugged in. Settings wise, let's just put it on, actually forget it, let's just put it on 7, see what it does. Make sure I've got a firm grip of it. Press this button, so I'm going to press this button and then press this one. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh wow, a bit of a kick to it that did. Let's just tighten that. Yeah, matching there. So let's do that again. That's just the depth guide. I'll sort that out in a sec, but that was fun, that was. Let's do that again. Bring it a bit closer. Brilliant. Okay, so I'm gonna put that down, unplug it. I'm going to set the depth guide, and the idea is I'm going to try and make a 3mm groove somehow running across this board. Cool, let's crack on. Right, okay guys, so unfortunately it's the next day. I got this yesterday, I started unboxing it, started having a play around, switched it on for the first time, was about to make my first pass, went inside, had some dinner, and it started raining, and it's been raining all day since. So I'm going to try and make this nice and quick. So I've set it up, I've got the guide in, I've got a 3mm straight bit in there. I've got a different piece of wood to what I had yesterday, because I figured out, well hang on, it was quite a short piece and it wouldn't have ran along to a nice long edge very well, so I've got a bit of a longer one. The depth guide here, I think I figured out that slot's in there. You can adjust the guide as to how much you want it to go down. You've also got another stopper here to make it a bit more precise, but again, I just want to make its first pass, so let's just get to it. So according to the manual, plug it in, it said for softwood, which is what this is, it's a bit of Swedish pine, to put it on setting between 5 and 7. So we're going to go with 6 right in the middle. Safety glasses, obviously we've got to wear those. Do I need to make any adjustment there? That'll be fine. As long as it goes into the wood, I should be able to do a nice a couple of inches there. Right, so we've tested its power, we know what it's capable of. It was 50 quid, if I haven't said already. Well, let's just get into it. That felt quite good. And obviously I've got no dust extraction hooked up to it, so the groove's quite clogged up, but I've got a screwdriver here, should sort it out. If you can see that there. It's not the straightest in terms of, actually it's not so bad, that looks all right. So that's 3mm in width, and that's not bad. Okay, I'm quite proud of that. It's the first time I've ever used one. It could be a little bit better, but we'll take that. I'm gonna have another play around with this. I've got another 15 bits. I've got another 14 to play around with. I'm gonna do all that. I'll show you. I'll get another piece. I'll make various passes with various bits, and yeah, show you how they look like. A lot of practice to do, clearly. So guys, again, it was £50. Got it from Screwfix. and I wanted to, well, why did I want it? I wanted to get a bit more creative, try and experiment a little bit more, and I thought this was it. So far I'm rather chuffed with it. It's nice and heavy, it's nice and weighted, clear instructions, everything feels solid, it feels well built. 50 quid well spent. Right guys, I'll come back to you in a bit and we'll wrap this up. Cool. Guys, I thought I'd quickly mention something to you about what else this can do as well. You can see that it's locked down, it's not plunging, and the reason for that is it's got a lock there that allows you to release that. And you've noticed I've took the guide off as well because I don't need that for this. So I'm going to lock it back down, and I've got a round over piece here, and I have done it on another board, but I'm going to show you guys this how easy it actually is. These aren't intimidating at all. I'm gonna round over this edge. I'm gonna run it all the way along to the end. I'm not gonna start it on where it needs to be. I'm gonna come in from a bit of an angle and then latch it on and run it across. The power's not in, so I'll touch it. It's got a little bearing on the end. Not all bits, some bits have a bearing on, and I imagine that gives a nice little guide for it to run along, keeping it nice and straight whilst the bit spins. Okay, let's plug this in. Correct setting, yep, let's go. See that? It's rounded over that edge pretty nicely. Yeah, these are just some extra cuts I've made using different piece bits, but that round over, I'm really chuffed with that. Again, never even attempted anything like that, but one of these guys makes it nice and easy. 50 quid, was that it? Brilliant. Guys, Friday, the sun is shining, and I've been able to have a good old play around with, well, this guy here, the Macallister MSR1200 router. Now, I said at the start, well, I don't know what I've said really, it's been 5 days. Got it from Screwfix, it was £50, never had one, never used one, and I wanted to get one to kind of try and, you know, be a bit more creative with what I'm doing on this channel. So here it is. There it is, and at the start, you know, it's brilliant, guys. It's absolutely brilliant. And I said I was going to do all 15 bits, but there's 4 bits that's the same bit, that's just different width, so I didn't bother doing all that. But guys, I'm really good. I'll show you what we've been up to. So let's have a look at this one first. So the dovetail. So as you can see, it's kind of tapered. You've got fingers and pins, and if you were to run that along and have it on the opposite board, it'd kind of lock in. You could make a right angle join with another one going down that way. Absolutely brilliant. And that one was that bit right there. I'm not going to do that with all of them, but on this I've got 2 boards. So what else have I done on this one? So I've put a soft rounded edge on this side here. What's this one called? It's a bit of a fancy one, a Roman OG. Oh, it's a bit fancy. A Roman OG edge on this side. You can see it's got a bit of a detail to it. These lines on the front, these are the first few lines I made. Who's just messing around with a straight bit, 3mm straight bit. Move over to this side. Now 45 degrees. And that one, chamfer, I believe. Yeah. Is it? Yeah, 45 degree chamfer, that one was called. Now, did a bit of research in the days in between, and what I found out was when you want to do your 45 degrees all the way around, let's say, you'd want to do the edges first. You want to do the short grain first, because what happens is you get some tear out. I don't know if you can see that there. Can you see that? Just a little bit there, just sticking out. And the way that happened was, that was running this side along here. So the idea being, you run this side along, and then you would do that side, and that would get rid of that. And that's exactly what I did here. So I ran the short side across, and then the long side, and there was no tear out at all. I did 2 boards. Okay, so now This one here, fair few mistakes made. I think I started off on this one. Again, that's just a straight bit, different widths. And as you can see, the guide was starting to slip off, so it's got a little bit wonky. Flip it over. What else have we got on this? Okay, so that one was a good one. What was that one called? A mortising bit. I'll show you that. So that's the mortising bit, and it just gouged it out. And you can see I made a little bit of a guide. The corners weren't done, so that would be something you would chisel out. Another brilliant thing with the router is obviously the depth gauge and how precise you can be. Hopefully you can see that well, but there's a bit of a step there, and that was just adjusting you know, the micro adjust ever so slightly to adjust the depth. So you'd rather be on the short side, so you want to take off less than too much, because you can always keep going, you can't put it back on. So guys, what would that be used for? You could join another piece of wood, maybe going that way, and it would be nice and flush on the finished side. What else did we do? We did the normal round over, and I think on this actually, yeah, so going back to the bit that had the tear out, so we had the soft round over, which was not so, I don't know, not so harsh, I don't know what the word is, and then on this side it's a little bit more proud. That's the word. I think it's a little bit more proud. That's it. So guys, just to finish things off there, that's the router. It's about a couple of kilo and a half. Is absolutely brilliant. I mean, I'd never used one. My budget was about £70. Obviously I wanted to, well, 50 to 70, and I wanted to stick to the 50 end of things, and absolutely, well, more than chuffed with this. And if you haven't got one and you want to try this kind of things, trust me, why not? You don't have to get the 100, 150. There's some going for £300-400, and we don't need that yet, I'm saying. But this one, brilliant. Macallister, really good. Just before we finish, I used all of this, and I thought there's got to be something I can make nice and quick to show you guys. So I used a couple of bits, and we've got ourselves, made from some red Meranti that I picked up at my local sawmill, and I've used the 45-degree chamfer edge on the sides, and the more rounded over bit around the edges, giving it a coat with the old boiled linseed oil. Oh, what's that for? Well, watching the football. Got your phone in it. Brilliant. Guys, that's it for this episode. The Macallister router, absolute bargain at £50. It makes your work look absolutely brilliant. And just to wrap things up, guys, if you like what I'm doing and you like this kind of things, then just click this round button here and you subscribe to my channel. If you want to see some other of my videos, then I think they're around about here. And obviously once I get to 100 subscribers, we're having a bit of a gardening giveaway, and that's gonna, well, I'll finish it there, guys. It's been 5 days. Brilliant. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Minas, and this is Can You Dig It? Take care. Cheers.